What in the world is going on? Good morning and welcome to the first stream of the new year. Gonna put this puppy back up here. Says one's watching. Give me just a second, guys. I gotta do that normal first of the week. Type in the info stuff. There we go. There's that. Then we'll share it out on the old Facebook. Booyah. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the first live stream of 2022. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Hope everybody started off the year healthy. Don't know why this is crooked. Guess I got to fix that. As y'all can see, I have officially started No Shave New Year. I am letting the beard grow in. That way, by Christmas time, at least I'm going to try to let the beard grow in. So by Christmas time, 2022, I don't have to worry about finding a fake beard to play Santa Claus around my town and stuff. So hopefully by then, with the vitamins I take, that beard should be down to about here. So I hope everybody had a good first couple of days of 2022. I hope everyone's had a great weekend. We are back to the work week. And starting it off right together. Let me see here. Make sure all the settings are right here. Yep. There's Tony. You're the first one in here, bud. Had somebody pop in, throw in some likes, and leave. But like, happy Monday. Hope you're doing good so far this year. It is cold. It was cold here yesterday morning and this morning both. 18 degrees Here, biggest part of the day yesterday. My phone is still showing 18 degrees. The computer's showing 22 for some reason. I don't know why, but it was 18 this morning when I went out and started the wife's car up. Brr, and took the trash down to the curb. No complaints. Good. Good, good, good. I didn't get a chance to ask you the other night. Did you make it back down to the homestead between Christmas and New Year's? I know you said you were thinking about going back down to the homestead after Christmas. Your outdoor thermometer says -3. Brr. Brr. -3 is when I start breaking out all the wool and everything. Good morning, JC. Good to see you. Oh, the weather was wet. Yeah, I wasn't sure what it was like over your way. I know we had a couple of wet days, but I wasn't sure what you guys got. Did you all get any of that snow Saturday and Sunday? Or Saturday, overnight Saturday or Saturday afternoon and everything? I know it came from our southwest, so I wasn't sure if you got any of it or not over there. Couple of inches. Yeah, but both the forecasts for us were wrong. One was calling from 3 to 6 or 4 to 6, and the other one was calling for 5 to 8. And we wound up getting 4 if we're lucky. A lot of ice, though. I mean, I had to scrape the bejesus out of the wife's car windows yesterday morning for her to get ready to go. And then I just had to turn on our defrosters and let them work and then hit them again before she pulled out of the driveway. I mean, it was thick ice on there. That poor little ice scraper was working overtime to get all that stuff off. But when I cleaned her windshield off, she had probably that much snow sitting on top on the roof of the car. And so I had to clean her hood off and everything else. So the ice all over her headlights and tail lights and everything. That ice was, my God, that ice was 1/4 of an inch thick. .45 now, high 55. Not our fault. I didn't wish that on you. I know you enjoy paradise. We can't afford to let it run that long. I go out and start it about 10 minutes before she leaves. We can't afford to let it run for a half hour. She's got the mileage on her little SUV worked down to yards. And she knows when she fills it up how far she can go on it and everything else. It's not really a matter of dying broke. It's a matter of making sure that she has the money to finish out her 2-week period before she gets paid again. Besides that, one thing my dad always taught me about living in the country is whenever winter hits, she has an ammo crate in the back of the SUV that's got blankets, flares, winter coat, gloves, stocking cap, all that stuff in there. So if something does happen and she slides off the road or something like that, that she stays nice and toasty until help comes. I told her she needs to start carrying one of those little round oscillating heaters that rotates, like I used to have out in the shedio when I did them out there in the wintertime. That way she could just plug it into her cigarette lighter or her electrical outlet in there, and if something happens and the car won't run or something like that, she's still got heat going on in there. Good morning, Rusty. Right now. All right, that's cool, bud. We're here. We're here. First real stream of 2022. Oh yeah, it gets plenty warm enough in there in 10 minutes. It starts blowing warm air about a minute and a half after you turn it on. That's why I go out and start about 10 minutes ahead of time. That way it's nice and toasty in there when she gets in there. But man, I'll tell you what, it might be warm and toasty in there, but it don't do much for the defrosting thing. Really surprised how much more refined the 4x4 is on the Suburban than the truck. Really? Huh. She's got an all-wheel drive. I think it's a, God, what is that? Like a 2007 Saturn. One of her old school teachers passed away 2 years ago, and she was driving a Hyundai SUV that had all kinds of electrical problems and stuff in it. And one of her old school teachers passed away, and she had gone to school with his son, and he got a hold of her and said, "Hey, Dad's Saturn's for sale if you want it." And she went and grabbed it, and she loves it. She don't like the fact it don't have the heated seats or all the little things like that the Hyundai did, but she loves that little Saturn, and it's in so much more good shape. Suburban's 99, truck is a 2006. She was going to get a truck. I don't know what made her change her mind. She wanted to get a big truck, and she found that Saturn, and I told her, I said, "You realize that an SUV is just a step away from a soccer mom, right?" I said, "You know, next thing you're going to be doing is getting an all-wheel drive minivan and having the little stickers put on the back window. My ABC honor roll student kicked the crap out of your straight A honor roll student, stuff like that." Yeah, I think the Suburbans are great. I've told you before, I love Suburbans. I've always wanted a Suburban. Just maybe one day when I can afford LASIK surgery and get my eyes fixed and I can drive again, I might look for a Suburban. Who knows? I got no problem with a minivan. I like to tease her about it, though. I love to tease her about it because she always told me she'll never be one of them snooty old soccer moms. I keep telling her, "Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. I can see it happening now." I plan to keep this until it's dead. I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. Well, I am proud to say the video that I put up yesterday on Pan Am Flight 914 is probably our biggest viewed video yet on this on the new channel. It's like at 159 views or something like that already. That's the biggest viewed video as of yet on this new channel. It has 233,000 miles at the moment. Still is as reliable as anything I ever had. Yep, I've heard of those things going well over 500,000 miles. This one yesterday was fun. You know, I always whenever I try something new with the intros and stuff like that, I try to try to get some advice from Santee on different things. And he even messaged me this morning and said that the intro and the outro looked really good on that. Good morning, Rob. Call me old because I have half a million miles on me. Nah, bud. You're good for at least another 2 or 3 million miles. Nothing's slowing you down. Even when you feel under the weather, you don't slow down. Good morning, Ian. Good to see you, buddy. I bought it 7 years ago. Still has the same battery in it that I had when I bought it. Oh, that's cool. Well, I hope each and every one of you guys started off the new year on a high note, had a good weekend to boot. It is now the first of the week. Back to reality. The holidays are over, at least until February. You're trying to whack up. Well, hurry up. Get some coffee. Good morning, Kentucky girl. Hope you're doing good this morning. You pretty thing, you. Morning, other person. Say good morning, other people. Oh, man. Yeah, this isn't the channel of that. You need to go over to like Pornhub or something like that if you're trying to whack up. Good. Doing good is better than a kick in the britches any day of the week. Morning, what? Good to see you, buddy. But yeah, after that video yesterday and how well the intro and everything turned out, and I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do to beat it. I keep advancing on my green screen work and everything, and then I spend 2 and 3 days playing with new challenges and new effects and stuff like that. Just finished up my next episode of Famous Graves. Cool. Morning, Candy. Good to see you this morning. Can you let us in on a little hint, Rob, at what the next Famous Graves episode might be about, without giving too much away, of course? Soiled doves are always a good choice. I agree completely. I think soiled doves are just absolutely lovely. I think I need to do another Soil Dove video. See if I can actually hit another one of those 89 or 90,000 view videos. Working on how to get my video out more. There's always a learning curve. There is always a learning curve. And I actually said something the other night about one of the things I want to do early off here in the new year is do a video on, you know, what editing app I use to do the thumbnails and things like that. Because I know that there was a couple people on Friday evening during the New Year stream that put out some really good videos, but they hardly get any views. So I want to do something on using keywords and things like that when you upload the video. And then, of course, the click-through rate, which is always important because that's how YouTube decides what videos need to go out. And I tried to explain this last year with the old channel, is it takes 24 hours for your video to get exposed. Within the first 2 hours, they send it out. Let's say they send it out to 1,000 people, or they send it out to just your followers. Well, depending upon the views and the shares and the click-through rate, then the next 2 hours, they might double that number. And then the computer monitors the click-through rate and the views and the shares and the comments. And then every 2 hours, they send it out based on those things. If it doesn't do very good the first 2 hours, they don't send it out the second 2 hours. If it does really good the first 2 hours, and then the second 2 hours, the crowd gets bigger that they send it out to, and the third 2 hours, it gets bigger. So within 24 hours, if it does really good on those 2 hour jumps, then they've exposed it to hundreds of thousands of people on YouTube. But the whole idea is getting the likes, getting the shares, getting the comments, a good click-through rate. I was watching a big YouTuber the other day, and they said that the average click-through rate, whether you have 100 subscribers or you have 150,000 subscribers, the click-through rate's only like 3 to 10%, 3% to 10%. If you can have a 10% or even an 11%, your video is just going to blow all through. And for people who want to get monetized or that are monetized and want to make money doing this, that's the important thing, is keeping the people's interest in that click-through rate higher. Let me see here. Number 2, good to see you. Civil War hero. Ooh. We got a few of those in Michigan, that's for sure. Mark and I done a cemetery a couple months ago. The gentleman was with the unit, and I think you was at his grave too here not very long ago. The gentleman was with the unit that captured Jefferson Davis. A thumbnail is the little picture, JC, that when you put up a video, that's the little picture that goes with the video that people see when you go onto like your suggested videos. Each one of those little pictures that go with that video are thumbnails. No, you design those yourself. If you don't if you don't design your own thumbnail, then when you upload your video, it just grabs a snippet out of your video and makes that your thumbnail. But when you upload your video, you can upload a custom thumbnail to go with it. Yes, I've got a few videos that are in between 3%, 10%. Like I tell people, it's easy to go and film. What's all the little stuff in between? It takes time. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't realize, you know, when you do videos like you and I do, and, you know, you may go out and you may film for an hour or 2 hours, but then there's like 7, 8 hours, 9 hours. I've done 12 and 13 hour editing sessions. Well, editing and uploading. So yeah, it's a huge, it takes 2 or 3 times longer to edit and upload a big informative video than it does to film it. Thumbnails, what you put together, description of your video. YouTube does not choose that you make, and the better the thumbnail, the more chance people are going to click on it. Don't say you'll never be good enough, JC. 2 years ago, honey, I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know anything about this at all. I didn't know how to edit a video. I didn't know anything about keywords. I didn't know anything about the description. I didn't know anything about thumbnails. I just had to take time and watch the videos. I mean, that's what that search bar is for, up there at the top. You know, how to make decent thumbnails, how important are keywords, things like that. I mean, that's why I spend so much time in here. I mean, you guys think I'm joking when I say I spend 66 hours a week in here. You know, most of that time I spend in here is just studying, learning new little tricks, new things, new how to make new thumbnails, how to make better details and stuff like that. Because too much storage. And see, if I had another phone, or if I used something else to film with, I would actually show you. I have an editing program on my phone called OnShot or InShot. And InShot I use it strictly for photos, strictly for my thumbnails. That's all I use that for. I've got another one, I think it's called Filmmaker, that I use to make my videos, but InShot I use only to make my thumbnails. And when I had the other channel, I used it for the community tab pictures and stuff like that. As soon as I design one and upload it, I erase it. So plus I have it all. I have all of that linked to my SD card, so nothing goes on my phone. And you know, I go through once every 5 or 6 months and I clean out all the extra stuff off my SD card, so I keep having open space with it. As long as it took me to do the video, it was probably 3 days. That was my Vern Troyer video. It has almost 50,000 views. I had to cut clips out, just do all the little things. Yeah. Yep. It actually, I know it doesn't sound like fun, but in a way it actually kind of is, because, you know, by the time I find what my video is going to be about, and see, I keep telling you guys, this phone is about ready to take a giant poop. And I'm serious about that. I used to be able, when I found a video that I wanted to do on the channel, I could download that video on my phone and put it on the editing program and add everything, take away what I don't need, stuff like that. Now, I can't download sound with the videos anymore. So y'all would actually laugh at me if you see me making videos now, because I'll download just the video, then I'll pick up the video on the computer, sit here and hold my phone, play it on the computer, and record all the audio for the video. And then instead of putting music into the video, I'm actually putting the audio that goes with that video, and I'm having to match everything up and make sure that it's all right, you know, plus putting in my intros and my outros and any other cute little snippety little snips in there that I want to put in. And it's I gotta get a new phone. I have to get a new phone. That's all there is to it. That's right, dude. I had to do the exact same thing. I didn't know nothing about editing thumbnails. I'm still learning. Always learning. It's actually fun. It really honestly is. It really honestly is fun. By the time you get everything laid out and you watch it the first time, you think, ah, it's pretty cool. What about history? I've been doing history videos. Yesterday was a history video. When I do my videos, I do a lot of back histories, researching, etc. I just don't put the video up. I want to know the history. Just makes it so much better. Really does. Good morning, Rich. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great New Year's and had a good New Year's weekend. First couple days of the new year. No press anyone. Just lose your channel with no tech crap. Your channel is what you make it. And it's very, very, very easy to learn new little things when it comes to your channel. It's very easy to learn it. Just got to take the time to watch the videos of the successful people that have done it and learn from their mistakes. Learn from their mistakes and successes. And I don't believe anybody has a loser channel unless they don't want to be successful. I tried to edit some of my videos, but I can't figure it out. Always scared I'm going to screw up the video, so I don't edit anything. Some people don't. Some people don't. A lot of people, when they do investigations or something like that, they cut out all the dead stuff where nothing happens. And like I said, I'll put up a video here in the next couple weeks showing the editing process on a video. I'll put up one on thumbnails, and I'm going to put one up on keywords. Because really, honestly, between the thumbnail and the keywords, that is the most important thing about getting the videos out and seen by the public. I'm good at talking. That is the extent of what I do on YouTube. Well, I think you do it rather well, sir. Slowly, I've learned from great people like my friend Omar Gosh, my brother Rich, the Steel one. I've always asked them questions on certain things, and they helped me quite a bit. I'd love to sit and chat with Omar. I'd love it. I've emailed him to try to get him on for an interview and never even heard back from him. You know, he is so busy. I would love to get Omar on for an interview sometime. I think it'd be really cool to sit down and talk to him about some of the spots he's gone to and checked out. Happy New Year, Kaz. Hope you're doing good, dear. Let me see here. absolutely peachy. It's been a great first couple of days of the new year. Oh, of course, we had a good 8 hour stream on Friday night. Went till 3 o'clock in the morning, New Year's morning. The last portion of it got a little wild. Oh, excuse me. But everybody was hanging loose, having a few drinks, celebrating the new year. Got a little ornerier than I like, but what do you do? Omar's been at Waverly Hills. Omar's been a lot of places. So the Peach Fuzz shows. Oh, I know. He is busy. He's always traveling, man. He's always traveling. And see, that's where I'd like to get one day. When I don't got to worry about um, the finances and stuff like that. When my channel is profiting to that point where I can travel from one spot to another spot to another spot, and check out these different places. Come and visit some of you. Um, Pick you up, pack a suitcase, go stay in a hotel somewhere, do an investigation together, have dinner a couple times, then I head off to the next location, do the same thing with the next folks. Whether it's Tony or, whether it's JC or whether it's Rob or whoever. I mean, Rich. I'd love to. I seen Rich last year or 2 years ago at Gettysburg, and would love to go back and see him down by his place. The same with Tony. I'd love to go check out, Tony's homestead down in Missouri, and it'd be kind of cool. It'd be really cool. I try not to have to edit the videos I've done, not because I don't know how, it's because I consider it a personal challenge to record a video not needing to be edited. Makes sense. It's really funny. I sit and I watch some of these. I sit and watch some of these different videos. I mean, I have a bunch of different likes and interests on YouTube, and I watch like music reviews, people who have never heard certain songs or certain bands for the first time. There's one group on here, the Rob Squad, and I have sat and watched him and his wife literally go up from like, well, I think it's 186,000 subscribers. Every week, watch them go up another 1,000 subscribers. It's crazy. The same with other paranormal groups on here. I've literally watched them go up, you know, from 150,000 to 152,000 in 1 week, to 155,000 the next week, to 160,000 the next week. It's like, my God, how do you grow like that? I'm doing great. No snow here in Georgia. Georgia's very, very spooky. Georgia is very, very spooky. I'm doing great. Plans. A new friend, Jake Explorer. I'm so excited. Very cool. Snow is highly overrated. And in June, I'll be heading to North Carolina, and we have plans going to Indiana. Some friends to go, filming locations. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, which I don't see it happening now that the old channel went down. But I wanted to make the North Carolina family reunion this year. Not only because everybody's going to be there, but fishing lives down in North Carolina, and I've got family right down over the South Carolina line. So I was really hoping to make that reunion, but I don't think finances are going to allow it. Watch video, girl wears a bikini on all her videos. I've seen way too many of those. I made a shout out video for you. It's on my channel. Thank you, country girl or Kentucky girl. I really appreciate that. I have to check that out. I've never seen that pop up. I'll have to check that out. I'm not a fan of snow, but it's better than ice. Yeah, tell me about it. Reminds me, I found a good channel this morning, Frontier Western Heritage. Never heard of it. I have to check that out. When I come over, I'm up for a ghost hunt. Oh, Rusty's getting started with today in history. 1749, Benning Wentworth issues the first of the New Hampshire grants leading to an establishment of Vermont. Find the Shadow Cemetery. Victory in battle, 1777. General George Washington's Revolutionary Army defeats British forces at Battle of Princeton, New Jersey. Me and my daughters have decided to climb Snowdon later. You're going to have to explain that one, Kaz. Snowdon. In 1823, Stephen F. Austin receives a grant of land in Texas from the government of Mexico. I'm guessing it's a hill or a mountain or something. An icy ladder. I've got to get my day started. Take care. Be on the lookout for a new video around 4 o'clock today. We'll do it, bud. We'll do it. You have yourself a good day and take care and stay warm. And we'll be looking for that video at 4 o'clock. 1823 was usually a grant from in the Ratchet and Clark series of video games. Snowden was a snowman that was tribute to one of the game designers who died while making the first game of the series. Oh wow. Let's see here if I can find anything. Snowdon is the highest mountain in Wales at an elevation of 1,085 meters, 3,560 feet above sea level. It's the highest point in the British Isles. Parent peak is Ben Nevis, also known as Snowdonia. Anthony Charles Robert Armstrong Jones was the first Earl of Snowdon. Very cool. (1825) Scottish factory owner Robert Owen buys 30,000 acres in Indiana as site for New Harmony Utopian Community. 1831, first U.S. Building and Loan Association organized, Frankfort, Pennsylvania. We'll check out the hills and hollers in the Smokies. There's a lot of hills and hollers in the Smokies, that's for sure. I'd still like to get a group of old farts together like me and walk a portion of the Appalachian Trail, dressed up in 18th century attire, carrying flintlocks, do it just the way the old mountain men did. Walk the trail, probably as a fundraiser kind of deal for cancer research, diabetes, children's hospital, something really cool. 1852, first Chinese arrive in Hawaii. And I absolutely agree with that. That is why God made horses. Sadly enough, some of the trails that I've seen through the Smokies, I don't think they allow horses on. Or they're not big enough for people coming back the other way to pass by. 1853, Solomon Northup, author of memoir 12 Years a Slave, is freed after 70 legal years of slavery with aid of Washington, governor of New York. It's very hard to find a road of any length that is straight in West Virginia due to all the hills and mountains. Driving roads here is like riding a roller coaster. 1861, Delaware legislature rejects proposal to join Confederacy. It's spelled Snowden, but pronounced Snowden. Spelled Snowden, but pronounced Snowden. why God made guns. Lewis and Clark expedition would be a great. Yes, I agree. I agree. Following the original trail of Lewis and Clark from St. Louis, Missouri, all the way out to the West Coast would be an awesome trip to take. You're absolutely correct on that. 1861 U.S. Port Pulaski and Fort Jackson, Savannah seized by Georgia. 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 The whole night through. It's an old sweet song. Georgia on my mind. You know when the feeling hits. 1862 Romney campaign. Stonewall Jackson moves north from Winchester. Honor Beagle, who claims the Peace Medal, the expedition. Yeah, it would be very, very cool to do the Lewis and Clark Trail. Ladies and gentlemen, Drew Charles. Brooklyn Bridge opens. 1870, construction begins on New York Brooklyn Bridge. Completed May 24th, 1883. And you know, it's really interesting too, because a lot of people don't realize when they were building the Brooklyn Bridge that so many of the immigrant construction workers would fall into the pylons and stuff as they were building the bridge, and there was no way to get them out. And several of them are still to this day concreted up inside of those pylons and stuff. There's an amazing story that goes with the construction of the Brooklyn Bridge. I kid you not, back in the days that I did colonial era living history, we did the outliving and life vacation being as accurate as possible. And see, that's exactly what I want to do with walking the Appalachian Trail. Is doing it, you know, as living historians should do it. But like I said, not just doing it to prove that I can do it, but doing it as a fundraiser kind of thing for some really nice charity. The bridge is that old, it still holds traffic. Smokies sound like an amazing place. The Smokies are wonderful, Kaz, and the Appalachian Trail goes from Georgia all the way up almost into Maine. So I mean, there's thousands of what is it? What is it, Rich? 2,700 miles of trails, or something like that that you can walk if you want to. I mean, you can walk 2 or 3 miles, or you can walk the entire Appalachian Trail, but it takes months. It takes months to walk it all. 1871, oleomargarine patented by Henry Bradley, Birminghampton, New York. 1872, first patent list issued by U.S. Patent Office. 1888, first wax drinking straw patented by Marvin C. Stone in Washington, D.C. 1888, first wax. Now, see, that wax drinking straw thing was pretty big because it made the list twice. Yep, and the Blue Ridge. You got it. Obviously, the wax drinking straw thing was very important because people no longer had to choke on ice cubes when they were drinking a cold drink. They could suck around them. 1890, first U.S. college level dairy school opens in Washington of Wisconsin. That's only fitting. Yes, Tony, it obviously was. People no longer had to roll their money yeah. 1899, first known use of the word automobile appears in an editorial in the New York Times, or as it was pronounced back then, automobile. (1911) U.S. Postal Savings Bank inaugurated. Talking about a shovel. Ooh, temperatures dropped 15 degrees. Ooh, it's dropped 3 degrees since 6:30, and now the sun's up. Wow. Liberty Bell, 1912. Southern Pacific Railroad offers to bring Liberty Bell to the Panama Pacific Exposition in San Francisco for free. On time of Bell in the U.S. has some traces cocaine on there from bills that have been used to snort, staying in circulation. Actually, yeah, there was when I was a late teenager, one of the Indianapolis TV stations was talking about how money used for ill-gotten gain was still in circulation, and they would just randomly stop people on Monument Circle in Indianapolis. And, they had these little chemicals. They said, can we test your money? People would pull money out of their wallet, and they would test possible or positive for all kinds of things. And people were just completely in shock that there was all kinds of residue from different substances all over their money, and they had no clue. First word that sprang to mind. 1918, U.S. Employment Service opens as a unit of Department of Labor. Up to 4. Woo-hoo. It's getting warmer there, getting colder here. 1919, Herbert Hoover is placed in charge of war relief in Europe. (1922) First living person identified on a U.S. coin, Thomas E. Kirby, on the Alabama Centennial half dollar. Perhaps that's why so many found happiness in money. Three more months of winter. It's summer here. 1929, 27-year-old William S. Paley becomes CBS president. I'm going to visit Pikeville, Kentucky one day to see my family history. Oh, you got family history in Pikeville, Kentucky? 1933, Minnie D. Craig becomes the first female elected as Speaker of the North Dakota House of Representatives. the first female to hold a speaker position anywhere in the United States. There's no such a thing as a crazy question, dear. The craziest question is the ones never asked. I think I've been to Pikeville. I've been through Pikeville. I've been through Pikeville, Kentucky. It's a balmy 32 degrees here, the coldest it's been since November. 1938, March of Dimes established to fight polio. 1939, Jean Cox becomes first girl page in the U.S. House of Representatives. What connection does Elvis Presley have with Wales? Let's find out. The king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, may have been Welsh. A Cardiff academic has published new evidence that Elvis's ancestors came from the Preseli Hills in West Wales. Fans who make the pilgrimage to Graceland and in the American Deep South have long believed their hero was of mixed Scottish and Cherokee blood. Presley kind of makes sense. Presley, Preseli, Hills. Whoever this academic is has published evidence his ancestors came from Preseli Hills in West Wales. So there you go, Kaz. That's the connection he has to Wales. That was probably a big relief for boy pages. Possibly. Time to put the dogs out, do the show prep, take care. You too, Tony. Take care of yourself, bud. We will catch you later on, my friend. 1943, first missing persons telecast. New York City. Yeah, like that's surprising. That'd be the first missing person telecast. Probably eaten by a 45-pound sewer rat. 1945, Cato Meridian School, New York, installs germicidal lamps in every room. Elvis Presley's grandfather is from Preseli Hills in Pembrokeshire. There you go. Hey, Chris. Sorry I couldn't respond to your message, but when I open Messenger up, sometimes the phone keeps working fine, sometimes it locks up. Good to see you, bud. Hope you've had a good first weekend of the new year. Be more newsworthy if New York City went missing. (1946) as a reward for his wartime cooperation, Governor Thomas E. Dewey commutes Charles Lucky Luciano's pandering sentence on condition that he does not resist deportation to Italy. During the show on Saturday, for everyone on the YouTube channel, give free advertisement off their channel. Oh, cool. Where would we be without the little weird Russian sex links? Bye bye, Punka. All you need to do is subscribe, leave a comment on my last video, give each one of you a shout out. All you need to do is subscribe, leave a comment on my last video. I'll give each one of you a shout out. Well, I'm already subscribed. I don't remember getting anything for a recent video. I'll have to go back and look. These comments, I swear, I just don't know how to deal with them anymore. Next one is first use of a manure spreader on the telly. 1947, first opening session of Congress to be televised. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, makes sense. Manure spreader. 1947, William Dawson becomes first black to head congressional committee. You can come up, Drew. Cool. 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 I look forward to that. I'll get with you after the live stream, Chris, and talk about it. It's your last live. Wow. Good morning, Terry. Good to see you, dear. Now my daughter is doing a family tree, and through my Scottish ancestry, we're direct related to famous Pikeville family. Interesting. Why is Saturday night your last live, Chris? 1952 Dragnet with Jack Webb premieres NBC TV. Good morning, Stephen. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good this morning. 1953, Frances Bolton and her son Oliver from Ohio become first mother and son to serve simultaneously in the U.S. Congress. I'm in Scotland right now. 1957, first electric watch introduced in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Electric watch. I'll be damned. That's interesting. McConville. Not my last name. I did last week. Leave a comment. Gotcha. All right. All right. I got you. Scottish descent. 1959, Alaska admitted as 49th U.S. state. All right, guys, if you'll excuse me real quick, got to run to the outhouse real quick, and be right back. Coffee, coffee, I tell you, coffee. Blam! I'll be live on Wednesday and Saturday. Interesting place to sell first electric watch right in the middle of Amish country. Uh-huh. Get that off there. And of course, Welsh. 1961, Adam Clayton Powell Jr. elected chairman of the U.S. House of Education and Labor Committee. 1961, U.S. breaks diplomatic relations with Cuba. 1961, explosion at the nuclear reactor testing station, Idaho Falls, kills 3 operators. 1962, ground is broken for the Houston Astrodome. Well, I was born here. I'm right next to a castle, only 9 miles from the birthplace of William Wallace. Very cool. That's someplace I'd like to visit one day, even though there's really nothing left but walkways and foundations. That is someplace that I would really like to see. 1963, WOUB TV Channel 20 in Athens, Ohio. PBS begins broadcasting. 1964, Jack Paar Show shows a clip of the Beatles singing She Loves You. (1967), The Tonight Show is shortened from 105 to 90 minutes. Glub, 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 glub. 1967, Carl Wilson of the Beach Boys is indicted for draft evasion. 1967, WJAN-TV 17 in Canton, Ohio begins broadcasting. I do speak percolator. Thank you for noticing. 1969, John Lennon's Two Virgins album declared pornographic in New Jersey. Man, that was nothing until that history book of him and Yoko came out. That was pornographic. In 1969, Representative Adam Clayton Powell Jr. seated by Congress. In 1970, WHAG Hag TV, Channel 25 in Hagerstown, Maryland, begins broadcasting. Blind Faith's first album had naked pubescent girl on the cover. Forgot about that. In 1976, U.S. performs a nuclear test at the Nevada test site. What would a day be without at least one nuclear test in Nevada? WHAG is independent now. They lost affiliation with NBC. Huh. Wonder why. Apple Macintosh personal computer, 1977. Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs incorporate Apple Computer Inc. It was our local NBC channel. Oh, okay. Wonder why they lost affiliation though. That's kind of odd. 1977, The Police Tapes premiere on New York City TV station WNET, based somewhat on 1960s New York Police Department officers who worked in South Bronx. Some scary stuff right there. The Bronx and Brooklyn. 1980 gold hits record $634 an ounce. Too small of an audience, they said, because of overlap with DC local NBC affiliate. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Don't know. I want to let you guys know too, and I'll mention this again on tonight's stream. If I have the day written down correctly, which I wrote it down 3 or 4 days after I done it, so I really honestly don't remember if I got the right date or not. The 6th might be our last day to live stream for a while because finances. I can't keep paying for StreamYard every month. So, well, it won't be our last day live stream. If I can't keep paying for StreamYard for the unlimited service, I only get 20 hours a month. So on the free service, that's only 10 live streams a month. We do 6 a week. So do the math. Hopefully something spectacular happens and, you know, I can somehow keep buying the unlimited service and keep streaming 6 times a week like we normally do. 1984 Syria freeze captured U.S. pilot after appeal from Jesse Jackson. That's my batteries going, so I gotta go. Catch y'all later. Take care. Stay safe. You too, Kaz. Take care of yourself, and we'll catch you later. 1985, Mitch McConnell becomes senator of Kentucky. You can use multiple StreamYard accounts using different emails. I do that on my channel. I'd sure like to know how, because each one of my emails will only go to a certain channel. Like if I try to use Living History Comes Alive, it'll try to go to the, or it will only go to the old YouTube link. It won't let me link it to the new one. So I had to create a completely new email to link it to this YouTube link. There's Agneta Waiter. Good morning, Agneta Waiter. Goodbye, Agneta Waiter. 1987, Aretha Franklin is the first female artist to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. 1990, Panama's leader, General Manuel Noriega, surrenders to U.S. authorities. 1992, 32 Cubans defect to the U.S. via helicopter. It's a lot safer than a rubber raft on the ocean. Ask what channel you want to broadcast to. Click the plus sign, add a new channel. I try. (1993) in Moscow, the START II arms reduction treaty is signed by George H.W. Bush and Boris Yeltsin. Voice message. Right there, 20 hours on a free account sucks. I'd run out every month just doing 2 shows a week. Well, it used to be, Rich, when the old channel was up and running, I would use the YouTube uploader to do my normal live streams. I would save StreamYard for only when I'm going to do my interviews and stuff. But there is no YouTube live stream option for me right now. So you do what you got to do, dude. 1996, first clamshell flip mobile phone, the Motorola StarTAC, goes on sale eventually. 60 million are sold. 1997, Bryant Gumbel co-hosted his final Today Show on NBC. In 1998, American hee-haw banjo player Grandpa Jones suffers a stroke. Oh, Grandpa Jones. I remember him, Minnie Pearl, Junior Samples. That show was funny. All of my shows are panel shows, so just using YouTube Live button isn't an option. 1999, NASA's Mars Polar Lander launched. Mission later fails after communication lost trying to land on Mars. Doesn't surprise me, Tommy. I've done it so many times now, it's old school to me. But quite honestly, last year, early last year, I was on a live stream. And it's really funny that you say that like that. But long before you and I ever met, I got on a live stream and somebody was on the live stream collecting donations for my wife because I died. For those of you that have been with me for a while, you might remember me telling you about that. It was really funny because I commented right back to him. And I said, oh my God, no one told me. Holy crap, what am I doing here? And they never popped back up after that. I watched them 2 or 3 times make the announcement that they were collecting for support for my family because I had died overnight. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was hilarious. It was nice when YouTube had Google Hangouts integrated into it. It was so easy to set up a live show. 2004, after hosting the show for over 30 years, Casey Kasem gives up hosting duties of American Top 40 to Ryan Seacrest. Oh yeah. If somebody was out trying to get donations for Stephen Ash because I died. Yeah. 2009, the Bitcoin network is created as the first block of the digital currency is mined by a person or group of people using the name Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi Nakamoto. 2014, Tommy Lynn Sells is executed at Texas State Penitentiary, Huntsville, for the murder of 9-year-old Mary Perez, thought to have committed 21 more murders. I had Doc on my stream last night after Andrew left. He's a cool kid. He really is a cool kid. "2018, security expert revealed 2 security flaws meltdown in Spectre which affect most microprocessors." Historic publication, 2018, lawyers of U.S. President Donald Trump try to stop the publication of book on Trump's administration, Fire and Fury by Michael Wolff. He said he wants to do a video with us. Be kind of cool. I've been trying to get him to go out ever since Santee and I done a video for his channel welcoming him to our little history community. We've been trying to get him leveled out and get his channel going. He just puts out random videos and does his live streams and whatever makes him happy, you know. 2018, previously unknown ancient Beringians group of people unearthed in Alaska, earliest known Native Americans at 11,500 years old. 2019, 116th U.S. Congress convenes in Washington, D.C., electing Nancy Pelosi Speaker of the House of Representatives for the 2nd time. 2019, surviving R. Kelly docuseries investigating sexual abuse by R&B singer R. Kelly premieres on Lifetime. Well, that was just interesting. It's like Bill Cosby of the musical artist world. And that's all, folks. Thank you, Rusty, for a very interesting today in history. Can always count on you to come up with the cool stuff. And he finished it with 29 minutes to go in the stream this morning. I see people are already leaving, so you know. But yeah, I'm perfectly fine doing doing a video with you and Doc. He wants to come and visit when his family moves to Missouri here in a few weeks. Probably be later in summer or maybe even next year when he actually gets a chance to do it. But he's been talking about that since he first since him and I met last year. He's been talking about coming to Michigan and visiting. Which is cool. I mean, I told him I'd set my cot up and stuff out in the shed. He could sleep out there because he's not, I'll make him sleep in the living room on the couch with Grandma. Put him at opposite ends of the wraparound sofa. I'd come and visit. But you live in Michigan. Morning, dog. No, it's not a matter of me living in Michigan. It's a matter of me living on the wrong side of Michigan. I live on the other side of the tracks in Michigan. You ought to bring your you and Kathy ought to bring your hot dog wagon over here to our big county fair this year. Come over here and share your wiener. Wrong side of the tracks. I don't know what they charge, to be honest with you. I was going to set up a booth last year for, or year before last for, Living History Comes Alive. But since we didn't have it year before last, and I didn't even go to the fair this year. We had other things to do. I had an event one weekend. It was going on, and I think we were going out of state the second weekend it was going on. I think it's 9 days they do it. Pretty sure 9 days. I think it starts on a Saturday, ends on a Sunday. But it stays packed. My God, it stays busy at that place. I know they have a they have a page on Facebook, dog. I think it's just Cass County Fair on Facebook. You might be able to get all the information for it on there. But I do know they have a Facebook page. So taking Kathy someplace expensive today. We're going to the lumber yard to the gas station. Date day? Chili and cornbread for breakfast. Nummy, nummy. Now, don't forget while you've got that beautiful wife of yours out and around on this expensive date day of yours, that you make sure and grab some fine victuals to celebrate your date day. Maybe some Tornados at the gas station, or one of them there hamburger wiener dogs that you can stick on a bun. Those cheeseburger dogs. That'd be some fine date day victuals, since you're taking her out for such an expensive day today. Nothing but the best. As much support as our beautiful wives give to us in this never-ending stretch of YouTubing, they deserve only the best. Stay away from the gas station sushi, though. Do not go for the gas station sushi. I would stick with Tornados or cheeseburger dogs. Walmart parking lot tamales is the way to go for that date day. I wish we had a place around here that actually sold real tamales. That's one thing. That's one thing I miss about where I used to live at. My Hispanic neighbors, my God, I loved them. I loved them. Miguel and Susanna. He would go out every Sunday and put the pot on the cinder blocks, get a fire roaring, break down all the pork and everything, get all the mixing done, and would take it by panfuls into the house. And she would do nothing all day long but make tamales. And they would bag them up in plastic grocery store bags, 20 of them in a bag. And the kids would walk all over the trailer park with a little wagon, and they'd have, my God, 20 bags of those things in that wagon, and they'd sell them $1 a piece, $1 per tamale every week. I would buy at least 20 tamales off of them, and that's all I lived on for the longest time, was tamales. Nothing like sitting in the car in the Walmart parking lot, some Mexican guy knock on your window asking if you want to buy a bag of tamales. My answer would always be, yes, sir, most definitely. Yeah, and I've tried to buy the ones in the can in the grocery store. They just don't taste the same. They don't. Nothing beats a homemade tamale. $9.41. Thank you, JC. I'm planning on it. I'm planning on there being a stream tonight. Don't know what we're going to do, but I'm planning on it. Those canned tamales are nothing but dog food, like canned corned beef. Yep. Yep. And they got to be dog food because, you know, normally Ralph or George one will want to come up and sniff whatever we have on our plates just to see if it smells good. They get close to those tamales and just leave. They don't even try to sniff them. They get within about 6 inches of the plate and walk away. They want nothing to do with those canned tamales. The wife and I were at the store the other day just picking up what we could, and in the clearance cart they had tacos to go. It was the spiced pre-cooked meat in cans, and they had like 6 or 7 cans in there, and the lady, which is a wife's known since school, said, "Oh my God, we've sold 30 of those." And I said, "Let's pick them up. Let's grab them." She's like, "No. I don't do meat in a can." Yeah, I really honestly don't want anything to do with the canned tamales. I mean, I'll grab them in a pinch if I'm really craving tamales, something fierce. I'll grab them in a pinch, but that's it. I mean, yeah, in a pinch. I'd rather have pork and beans than canned tamales. Yep, I agree. The foil packets of the flavored tuna and chicken aren't bad. My wife gets those to use in a salad for her lunch. Yeah, I'll use the foil packs of tuna when I want like a tuna salad or something like that. But yeah, I'm just not much on canned meat. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, a treat or spam once in a while fried up, not too awful bad. Or one of them little canned ham deals. As soon as I wash all the jelly off of it. But I got that from my grandfather. He absolutely loved spam. He loved treat. Um, collard greens and turkey. Yeah, I'm all for authentic Mexican food. That's one thing I really hate about living this far north is, yeah, the canned hams do make good ham salad. Um, when I lived in Texas, we had these awesome traditional little family run authentic Mexican restaurants where we would go, and half the menu was in Spanish, half of it was in English. You never knew what you were getting, but it was always good. It was always good, and I really miss that up here. Everything up here is just too Tex-Mex. You might as well be going to Taco Bell or Taco Grande or something like that to get your Mexican food when you go to these places up here. C rations aren't bad at all. C rations are not bad at all. Be honest, I would love to find another to go to Goodwill or something like that again and find a big old box of MREs or something like that, like I did several years ago. And I loved it. I loved it. That's what I used to take to my encampments with me were MREs. And it was great. It was great. Fill the pot up with water, throw the bag in there, heat it up, rip it up, pour it into a metal plate, grab a 3-pronged fork, go to town. So memory is pretty good. I didn't mind the beans and wieners when the chili mac was probably the best and most popular. The cobblers were good. The desserts were always good. I wasn't much for the bacon and scrambled eggs. Yeah, I would definitely say the chili mac was the best. The beans and weenies, not too bad at all. Yep. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. Of course, I'm going to start working on tomorrow's video today, getting everything loaded down and start working on dried fruit was good. Would eat that as a candy bar. Yep. Yep. But as I said at the beginning of the stream, guys, you are going to slowly but surely see the convergence this year. I have decided this is no shave New Year. I'm growing a beard this year. I think I'm going to attempt to hire myself out as Santa next year, go to the hospitals and stuff like that. Actually get a decent Santa suit this year that looks good. Get a good solid wax polish for my cavalry boots, my riding boots. And I'm growing a beard this year. So at least that's the plan right now. I've attempted to do this in the past, and yeah, it's just not the neatest thing in the world to try to grow a beard for the first time, or to actually grow a full beard. But I'm going to try. I'm going to attempt it. Besides that, the Santa at our local mall is getting up there in age, and he travels all the way from Tennessee. To do the local mall, but for what he gets paid for 3 weeks work, um, I'll gladly go to the mall and sit for 6 or 8 hours a day for 21 days and make $2,500 to do it. So oh man, to me, I did a heck of a lot more than those mall Santas used to make. Oh my God, tell me about it. He's been doing Santa for almost 20 years. He's in his 80s now. And I was talking to him here, oh God, what, 6 years back, 7 years back. And that's what he was making then. 3 weeks, the from the second week to the end of December, 7 days a week. He would sit there and he would make $2,500 for sitting there for 21 days and having a bunch of fussy little stinkers on his lap for 21 days. So who knows what it is now? But he said when he used to do it, when he started doing it 20 years ago, um, he said he was barely making ends meet by the time he traveled all the way up here, and because he stayed with family. That's the reason he was undercutting so many other Santas. He would come up here and he would stay with his family for December, have Christmas with them. So he just had to drive a couple miles. He didn't have to worry about hotel, didn't really have to worry much about food. Um, we got about 5 minutes left, guys, and I got to get started on the video for tomorrow. Right now, it's a big hush hush secret. I got a couple ideas in mind, but there's still going to be that weird history, much like yesterday's video was. I, I really enjoy doing those urban myth videos. Um, the origins of the myth, how many times it was changed over the years, things like that. Very, very interesting. And this is the hardest part of growing the beard out. You get one hair out of place and it is tickling your nose for hours. It's a nice gig. If you're that old and have family like that, good bit of extra money to supplement. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But he was moving pretty rough when I seen him 7 years ago. He wasn't walking that good. And when I get in the Santa suit, I get in the Santa mode. So, instead of taking breaks and going back into the break room and not being in the public eye and stuff, I'd have to grab my walking stick and walk around the mall, shake hands with little kids, get pictures with them, all that kind of stuff. Uh, I enjoy the season way too much. That's why a lot of times during the Christmas season, you'll hear me talk about putting on a Santa suit and going to the store, or something like that, like the wife and I did a few weeks ago. Go to Walmart, put on the Santa suit. And I mean, I had on the pants, white fur, black riding boots, the whole shebang. And little kids were just I even had on the belt around my coat, and the little kids just ate it up. I love to see the excitement and watching them wave and laugh and everything. And it was really, really cool. But I remember what it was like when my sister found out the truth, and it was just heartbreaking. It was heart wrenching watching her. She didn't even have that excitement Christmas morning. And I like to see little kids hold on to that magic and that belief as long as they possibly can. There is so little good left in the world these days that they need to have some kind of magic, something that's almost specifically just for them. And by God, if it means visiting a hospital and making and brightening up some little kids' lives, or going to the store and just walking around and shaking hands with them and stuff, and letting mom and dad snap a picture with their cell phone, it's worth it. But all right, guys, we are about down to that time. We have less than a minute left. Like I said, I am planning on a live stream tonight unless something happens with the Wi-Fi or something like that and we can't do it. Of course, um, I will get it all set up. It'll post and show if everything goes well and we can have one. If not, God forbid, something frickin' happens. Steven Crowder, last show of the year, dressed as Santa, will call with their kids to talk to Santa in makeup they used. He looked like he was old enough to be Santa. He's in his 30s. Wow. Well, hopefully I won't need makeup. But you guys all have a great day. Once again, welcome to 2022. May it be a damn sight better than last year and not near as good as next year is going to be. So I will see you guys hopefully tonight. If not tonight, Wednesday morning, bright and early, for another coffee and chat. But until then, y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. And I will see you guys later. Have a good one.